October is when baseball legends are made. And last October, Ty Blach faced off against Clayton Kershaw with the Giants' playoff hopes on the line. Blach outdueled Kershaw that day, and now the rookie lefty takes on the Cy Young lefty and looks to beat L.A. once again. Giants, Dodgers. And it's next.
We've got a ball game here tonight. We're at the corner of 3rd and King. That's right, AT&T Park. Welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, the Giants with a big win last night because they knew who they were going to face tonight, and that's Clayton Kershaw. Now, the Giants have their secret weapon on the mound in Ty Blach.
Well, the last time these two guys met, it was last September, and Ty Blach outdueled him. And so, look, Ty Blach's going to be on a pitch count because he's been in the bullpen. It's his first start. I would say 75 pitches is realistic. You know, he may take the ball into the 6th inning. He's not going to mess around. He's going to go right at the Dodgers. For Clayton Kershaw, I think if you're trying to hit off him, you try and beat him early in the count. He's not the type of pitcher to beat himself. This figures to be a low-run scoring ball game, and let's see how the kid does against the Maestro.
And Arroyo, the kid, he's hitting 2nd tonight and obviously at 3rd. All right, should be fun here tonight at the ballpark. Stay tuned. We'll take you to Willie Mays Plaza. That's right, that's where the fellas are. We'll take you there for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
tonight with a new looking lineup. There he is, Christian Arroyo. And hey, when you shake things up, it can work. They got a much needed win. Welcome back to our broadcast. I'm Amy Gutierrez. A lot of good things happening here last night in that W for the Giants, but one of the brightest spots was that much anticipated call-up of rookie Christian Arroyo. And before the game yesterday, before he took the major league field for the very first time, he spoke to the media about how he got the call to come up and what he expects his role to be.
I was completely caught off guard today. I was asked to come in and do early work at 1:30 for our 7 o'clock game, and then the next thing I know, I was in our manager's office, and he's telling me that I'm going to play third base in San Francisco. So it was a cool story, but I was completely caught off guard. It's kind of still surreal at this moment. Still just trying to take it all in, but at the same time, I know I'm up here to help the team win, so I'm going to try the best I can do to help this team win and get this team rolling again.
All right, so the scouting report on Arroyo is that his bat is his strength, but his defense last night, wow, it really stood out. We're going to make it our Togo's big play the Togo's way. We're going to take a look back at the 4th inning. He actually had several great plays. This one right here, Grandal, comebacker to Matt Cain. It ricochets over to Arroyo, who barehands it and is still able to make the play. But the best part, he's not done. He's going to help up Big Daddy Cain with the chest pump. Major approval. Welcome to the big leagues, Christian Arroyo. All right, that was an exciting night. He's batting second tonight. Let's see what the kid can do. You're going to get a look at Kershaw. You're going to get a look at Block. Kruk and Kipe are in the booth lineups. And first pitch, it's all coming your way. Stay with us.
Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Jack in the Box. Come try the new guacamole and bacon chicken sandwich only at Jack in the Box. And by the 2017 Jeep Cherokee with an EPA estimated 30 highway miles per gallon.
Back at beautiful AT&T Park as we get ready for Game 2 of this series. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The boardwalk is open Visit beachboardwalk.com for park hours. 58 degrees. You see the winds, humidity at 70%, and it is a bit overcast. Giants won game 1 of the series last night 2-1, facing Clayton Kershaw tonight. And here's the lineup that Ty Blach will be facing, and it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Hernandez, Seager, and then Justin Turner. He's red hot. Followed by Puig, Gonzalez, and then Yasmani Grandal, who's a switch hitter. Chris Taylor gets the nod. Taylor will hit in the 7th slot. Then it's Coley Bellinger. And then pitching, a guy that you've heard of a lot, and that's Clayton Kershaw.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be Ty Blach, the left-hander, 26 years of age. He's in his first year at the big league level. He's a rookie. And this is what he has done in 7 relief appearances. This will be his first start of the year. 5 2/3 of an inning. He's allowed 6 base runners, a couple strikeouts. And what you're going to get when you get in the batter's box against Blach is a fastball that can go low to mid-90s, more lows than mids. You're going to see him use both types of movement with the fastball. And you're going to see a lot of fastballs. His fastball changeup combination is really his best 1-2 punch. But his slider and curveball can strike you out, and he's very effective to lefties with those breaking balls. You'll see more fastball changeup combinations to right-handers. Lifetime against these Dodgers, he's faced them once. Then that great start he had last year against Kershaw when he shut down the Dodgers. He's 1-0. His ERA is perfect 0.00. Let's take a look at the defense behind Ty Blach tonight, starting in the outfield from left to right. It'll be Nunez, Stubbs, and Pence. That's your outfield. Good arms across the board. Crawford, Arroyo on the left side. Panik and Posey on the right side. Nick Hundley, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Here we have baseball here at AT&T Park, and the first pitch of the ball game is on its way to Kike Hernandez, and he's going to take it high and away. So we get started as usual right on time. Hernandez hitting at .290, very aggressive hitter. There's a call strike. Hit in the bottom of the lineup last night and had one of the 4 Dodger hits. Seager and then Turner, and a pop-up, and it's going to be straight back and out of play, and it's now 1-2. Dodgers come in with a record of 9-11. Their problem has been on the road. They're 3-7 on the road. Giants are 7-13, and they're 4-4 at home. Foul back.
Let's use our Exmo. It's brought to you by your local Toyota dealer to take a look at the motion from Ty Blach. He's got a 3/4 release, and he's got a very good high release point out over his front foot, and that's a very easy arm slot to repeat, which is why he's a strike thrower.
Home plate umpire tonight is Adam Hamari. Miller, Danley, and Titchener from first to third.
Pretty good strike zone to throw to. Hamari, he'll call low and high strikes. He looks for him.
Got him, and that's how this game gets started. So Seager will hit.
All right, time now for our Nissan keys to the game. And if you're taking your at-bats against Clayton Kershaw, you've got to be aggressive early in the count. He's going to bite off a lot of strike zone early. Be ready for it. For Ty Blach, repeat performance of what we saw last September, and that means use all your pitches and attack the strike zone. He's on about a 75 pitch limit tonight, and he has to get in that strike zone every hitter.
Here's Seager. Seager last night went 1 for 4. Overall, off to a good start. He's got 15 runs batted in. And he takes it in the dirt, 2-0. By the way, I want to do this early because it is a great note. A young man out of Walnut Creek, Dominic Mazza, who's pitching for Class A Augusta, threw a perfect game. Just ended. 9 strikeouts. He threw 85 pitches. So congratulations.
Yeah, product out of UC Santa Barbara, 22nd round pick by the Giants in 2015, out of Clayton Valley High School. So congratulations, Dominic. You made us proud.
On the ground to Buster Posey. To Blach. 2 outs. You talked about that game in October where Block beat Kershaw. And Ty Block only allowed 3 hits. He had a walk, 6 strikeouts. Remember, the Dodgers, they were already headed to postseason, and not that they weren't trying, don't get me wrong. Giants needed to win, and they got the win behind Ty Block.
Well, he had more strikeouts, fewer hits. I mean, he just outpitched him through 1 more inning.
And he got a couple of hits off of Clayton Kershaw, which, as far as we're concerned, that's a really good day's work.
That's almost as impressive as shutting out the Dodgers for 8 innings.
Check swing foul. I guess that's what Block can do with 90 miles an hour. He can get on your hands.
Well, and he's got a nice little natural cut, and he can make that cut bigger. But he also understands that the 2-seam fastball is an important pitch. He uses both sides of the plate. When you watch him throw, when he's on, he'll go inside, outside, up, down, back and forth, meaning give you a hard fastball, back off some speed with it.
And Turner, as we mentioned, is red hot. He laces that 1-1 pitch into left field. And that'll bring up Yasiel Puig. So Puig went 1 for 3 last night. Puig always seems to get an ovation that which leads you to believe that the fans here know that he's good. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1.
Well, he's a good bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, Pete Rose got booed in every park.
And he took that as the ultimate compliment. And I think that Puig likes the attention.
Pretty good pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. See where it was.
Set up an inside corner and just a wee bit low. Again, using that cut in the inside corner.
Two balls and a strike.
Well, that's right where he wanted to throw it. I mean, he, I think, would prefer the belt high location with that cut fastball more so than the knee high location. And Puig is a guy that likes the ball middle away. He likes to get extended. A lot of power on the outer half of the plate.
Right there, it's now 2-2.
Now, I don't think he's been sitting on hard stuff. I think he's looking for something soft. If you look at his back leg and all 4 of these pitches, he is not timed to that fastball. Check your runner.
Two balls, 2 strikes. And a pretty good hack by Yasiel Puig.
Well, you saw he just jumped on the outside location. They wanted that target on the inside corner. They called for that same cut fastball. And with this one, boy, you see there's the target in it, and he gets a little lazy middle away, and that's the side of the plate that Puig is looking to hurt you on. Ooh, he just missed it.
He might want that one back. And this one's cued off the end of the bat, foul.
Change up. Did his job, got him out front.
This will be pitch number 20 coming up.
I mean, one of the oldest philosophies in pitching is hard stuff in, soft stuff away, and that really is the strength of what Ty Block is against right-handed hitters.
So it's a full count. Now Turner will take off. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Last 2 pitches were soft stuff away, and that sets up hard stuff in.
I do believe this is going to be hard stuff in. Turner will go. Hit on the ground to Buster Posey. And that's going to end the inning. So you win 2 battles. You get the out, you break his bat. Giants are coming up.
I love that.
Now it's time for the Giants lineup, and it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Hunter Pence, followed by the kid, Arroyo, then Nunez. Buster Posey's had 90 at-bats, actually more than that, if you include walks, against Clayton Kershaw. Then it's Crawford, Nunez, or make that Crawford, Hundley in panic. And Drew Stubbs is going to hit 8th, and Ty Blach is going to hit 9th.
On the mound tonight for the Dodgers will be Clayton Kershaw, the 6'4", 230-pound, 9-year veteran. And this is what he has done so far this year in 4 starts. 3-1 with a 2.54 ERA. Look at the 32 strikeouts against 2 walks, just 21 base runners and 21 1/3. I mean, he's one of the best there is, and a lot of people will give you an argument that he is the best. When you take your bats against him, you're going to see a mid to high 90s fastball. He will reach back and hit high velocities in those 2 strike counts. High 3/4 classic release, which gives him a great over-the-top curveball. He also has a slider and a changeup, and he can strike out with every pitch.
So here's Hunter Pence, and Pence doesn't waste any time and fouls the first pitch back and out of play. That was right below us.
And I think you're going to see the Giants be aggressive against Kershaw early in the count. Lifetime against the Giants, Kershaw 18-8 with a 1.61 ERA.
Breaking ball, Kershaw knocks it down. He will pick it up and throw Pence out. So that one just hit off the backside of Kershaw. So here's Arroyo. Arroyo last night went 0 for 4. And on the first pitch, he's got his first big league hit. And the Arroyo family's going, that's what I'm talking about.
First big league knock against Clayton Kershaw. How about that? He's got himself a batting average. Just take a look at it. Be aggressive. He's going to come right at you on that first pitch. Not waiting around, looking fastball. Just a beautiful, very compact swing, and you're going to see him take and do a lot of abuse to high mistakes above the belt. He's built for the high location, very much like Jeff Kent was. And that's a quick bat. He's got himself a big league batting average. Wow.
I'm having a tough time hailing this one.
Tearing up, as well she should.
Here's Nunez. Nunez takes a strike. See his numbers this year. Nunez hitting .268. He has slumped off a little bit there for a while. There he was hitting in the 350s.
If you're Arroyo, don't get picked off. Kershaw has an outstanding move.
Yeah, make sure that mom's tears are for joy.
Yeah. You don't want her crying from sadness.
Yeah, calm down a little bit. Buster Posey to follow. Kershaw way ahead in the count to Nunez.
Saw the baseball that'll be on his mantle the rest of his life.
And that's tapped foul.
Let's check out the Dodgers defensively behind Kershaw, starting in the outfield from left to right. It'll be the rookie Bellinger, just called up, joined by Hernandez and Puig. You got really good arms in center and right. We don't know Bellinger yet. Seager and Turner on the left side of the infield. Taylor and Gonzalez on the right side. And Yasmani Grandal, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Another 0-2 pitch to Eduardo Nunez. Nunez hits a high hopper. They'll go around the horn. And Nunez beats the throw. Posey will hit with a runner at first and 2 outs.
All right, one more time. The first hit, the reaction from his family. That's a great moment.
I don't believe they were here last night. They came in today, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
All right. The first one can be tough. Get it out of the way. Posey takes outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Take you a few at bats?
Yeah, I did. I got my first big league win, first big league hit on the same day. Yeah, I think that you're right about the Arroyos. They had to come in from Florida. So they got here today, and they got to see it.
Nunez takes off. He got a great jump, and Posey with a foul at the plate. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Mine was second or third at bat.
What kind of hit was it?
It was a base hit up the middle past the pitcher.
Nice. I hit a line drive to right field, and I'm just psyched about it. Running down the first base line, about halfway there, I realized that Jeff Burroughs, the right fielder for the Atlanta Braves, was going to try and throw me out.
Yeah, that's bad.
And it was bang, bang.
Come on, Kerwin!
Nunez with 6 steals. He was thrown out trying to steal yesterday. And the guy who threw him out is behind the dish again tonight.
See that smile right there? That's the I have a batting average smile.
In the big leagues.
And I got a hit off Clayton Kershaw. Boy.
And now they got Nunez picked off, and he's going to be out at second. So Nunez picked off. With a little help from the umpire. It's 0-0. The call at second. The Dodger players have seen the replay on the big board, and they're walking back to their positions. This, my friends, is a miracle slide, and there's your call.
And indeed, he was safe. And we really have to compliment Sean Dunston and Chad Chopp in the Giants clubhouse. I mean, that's a guts call in the first inning, and that was our replay review. It's presented by Xfinity. So, guys, great job, because it allows Buster Posey now to hit with a runner in scoring position.
And it's also why, especially this day and age, you keep score with a pencil. It's 1-2. Two balls and 1 strike. Crawford's on deck. Posey's got the history against Kershaw. 21 for 90, couple of home runs, 3 doubles. He's got first base open. And he's got Crawford on deck, who is 4 for 29 against the Dodger lefty. So if you're Buster, you're not quite sure if you're going to get a strike. The active leaders against Kershaw. Taps it foul. It's 3-2.
Well, you looked at the stats for Kershaw, and in 28 innings, he's got 32 strikeouts and 2 walks, so he didn't like to walk anybody. And he doesn't like to pitch around anybody.
Payoff pitch. Here it is. And Posey rolls it just foul.
Well, our ball dude there, Paul Robinson, he had me a little excited. He got up off the chair. I was thinking he's going to make a play.
And
he didn't dive. If you're a ball dude, you got to get dirty.
yeah, you do.
And you got to take the collar off. There's Bob Mielis, our first base ball dude.
3-2. And Crawford's going to hit. Crawford last night had one of the big hits in the game as he doubled to left. Overall, he had 2 hits in the game. One of them was that double. As I said earlier, 4 for 29 against Clayton Kershaw. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
Pretty straightaway defense. Set the outside corner. This thing goes middle or right on the inside corner. So Kershaw not as sharp as we normally see him with his control.
Block. Grandal. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Dodgers, like a lot of teams, take away the right center field gap here at AT&T, and they take their right fielder Puig and expose the line.
I don't think Puig moved from that spot for 9 innings yesterday.
Pretty much go get him. Team so intimidated by Triple's alley. They just want to eliminate the chance for the 3-base hit by cheating off the line and protecting that gap.
Two balls and a strike.
Really struggling for his release, and that's rare. You usually see Kershaw find it pretty early in a game. We're talking about his rhythm. Right now he's a little out of sorts.
See what Crawford gets here. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-2.
Good hard cutter, and I mean perfect location. I mean, this is knee-high cut at 91 miles an hour, and look at the location. Maybe an inch off the play away.
Hits it out to left, but Bellinger is there to make the catch. So the Giants put a scare into Kershaw, if you can do that. They do leave a couple, and Christian Arroyo come up with his first big league hit. All right, Amy G's here. Let's check in. Amy.
All right, gentlemen. Well, some may ask, what is in a name? A whole lot for a new housing development at Candlestick Point. The city of San Francisco announcing a few days ago some very special street names honoring famous Giants and famous 49ers. As you can see, we've got a Juan Marichal Lane, a Barry Bonds Lane. There will be a Willie Mays Way. There will be a McCovey Park in the development as well. Several 49ers being mentioned: Montana Clark, Ronnie Lott, Bill Walsh, Carmen Policy, and Eddie DeBartolo. It's so cool. But my question is, where's Crook and Kipe Court? I want a house there, guys.
You know what? We'll find a spot.
Yeah. You'll be someplace way out in the Sonoran Desert. And that is all that is left of Candlestick. The Foghorn came over.
I mentioned it the other day when we were doing the game from Denver about flying from SFO to Denver, and you take off and you go right over the site. And that hill that used to be such a big part of the scenery at Candlestick, that's it. Everything else is flat.
We used to run that hill. That was a good run.
Here's our Mercedes-Benz pivotal play. It was the last out last night. Turner picked off by Buster Posey.
You know, you made a point that it was a 3-1 count, and Melanson threw a cutter out of the middle of the plate, and he got Adrian Gonzalez to swing through it. And it surprised Turner that there was no contact. He leaked off a little too far, and a bullet throw, absolute strike from Posey, one of two that he made in the game that were significant.
Very cool. Turner and yours truly got picked off.
It happens.
So it'll be Gonzalez to lead things off. Gonzalez, Grandal, Taylor against Ty Blach. And it's wide. Gonzalez 0 for 3 last night, starting out the season at 266. Two and 0.
You watch Ty Blach, and I know a lot of Giants fans have said this to me. I mean, he really reminds you of Dave Dravecky. In motion, arm slot, Dravecky a little bit lower angle, not quite as high with his arm slot, but cutters and guts, a lot of similarities.
It's going to be Crawford, who once again makes an unbelievable catch.
Well, this is just such a great play. I mean, the concentration of the ball, you're the back of your mind, you're worried about a collision and just the range and difficulty of getting your hand in position. And what does he do? He puts it right in the sweet spot. And Ty Blach, he realizes how good that play was.
Here's Grandal. At the last second, you could see that Crawford realized that his path to the ball was a little off. And then at the last second, he picked up where the ball was and he made the adjustment. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Grandal, short arm swinger. He's very quick middle in, both sides of the plate. One more look at the difficulty of this play. I mean, it's about a 9.3 on the difficulty scale. And he makes it look easy.
Foul back, it's 2-2.
Nunez, I mean, he could see, quick look as to where Crawford is, then he bails out thinking he's got the only chance.
It's pretty close to being right in the sweet spot, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
And Crawford on a big hop. I think his arm's feeling pretty good, to be honest with you.
Got one of the best arms in the game, the shortstop position.
With 2 outs, here's Chris Taylor. Lofty numbers for Chris Taylor. You ask, well, what is that? How does that work out to be? He's 5 for 9. And one of the really good plays last night was made by Christian Arroyo, and it was a ball off the bat of Chris Taylor. Play to his left. There's a strike.
It's good on 1-0 location with the fastball.
How about Matt Cain's line? 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. He threw 70 pitches.
Fantastic. I mean, he's getting more confident every time he goes out there. And last night's outing was going to add to that layer of confidence. Had a little hamstring tightness, which is why he left the ball game in the 7th inning. And Dave Gresher, the Giants head trainer, did not think that it was anything of significance. He does have a bit of a history with it, but Cain was not overly concerned. But his outing was solid. Taylor is in his 2nd year at the big league level. He came up with the Seattle Mariners, got to the big leagues in 2014, came over to the Dodgers in a trade last June. So he's no baby. The University of Virginia.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. Great play by Crawford to open up the inning. Made it a little easier for Ty Blach. You'll see it once again. Giants are coming up. It's 0-0. It's a 0-0 ball game right now. The Claret Jug is one of the most iconic trophies in sports, and you can see on July 20th through the 23rd on the Golf Channel and on NBC the Royal Birkdale in Southport, England, and this is it right here. And it's been around since 1872. That, my friends, is a long time ago. First awarded in 1873, the very next year. The defending champion, Henrik Stenson, is. Hundley fouls it straight back. So,
well, my heart's pumping right now.
Yeah, Mike's fallen in love, and I guess on the next road trip he'll be spooning with this instead of me. That bothers me a little bit, I got to tell you.
Well, a lot of guys that I've played a lot of golf with are looking at this right now, and they are very jealous. But the Claret Jug has got some kind of history. I mean, it was first awarded in 1873.
Hundley drives this one to right. Puig on the move. You think you'd do okay in a bar with this?
Well, oh yeah.
Yeah, walk in a bar with that and a couple of these World Series rings, and you know you got a chance.
I mean, you look at the names on here, and it's just so much history in your hands. And it is one of the very cool things in sport. I mean, the major tournaments in golf are all very cool, but the Open, the true Open, and this year, as you mentioned, it's going to be at the Royal Birkdale in Southport, England. For many, they believe that is the one tournament to win. You may get some debate, but it's a pretty cool one, and this is gorgeous.
Don't drop it. Here's Panik. Panik rolls this one to Gonzalez. So 2 quick outs here in the second. And here's Stubbs.
And what's cool about it, I mean, the Open Championship this year is going to be, as you mentioned, in July 20th through the 23rd, and you'll see it on Golf Channel and NBC. And that was very cool.
Stubbs last night in his debut with the Giants took an 0 for 2. He did draw a walk. One ball and no strikes. And this is popped up. It'll be Taylor going out calling, and that's going to end the inning. So quick inning for Clayton Kershaw. Cody Bellinger is going to lead things off. It's 0-0.
Bay Area is brought to you by Kelly Moore Paints. Go where the pros go. Kelly Moore, the painter's paint store.
Well, Wednesday, April 26th, is our annual Bay Area Unite night with the Warriors, and it's presented by Pete's Coffee. You need a special event ticket because it's a special package, and in that package you'll see a ticket to the Giants-Dodgers game and a co-branded Giants-Warriors reversible beanie, as this is a softly hit ball to Crawford. 1 pitch, 1 out. Now remember, you need a ticket to get the beanie. sfgiants.com/special events.
Cody Bellinger just getting called up. Not afraid to take a rip.
So what would I write on a scorecard for that? Is that a soft line drive or pop up?
Yeah, put down soft line drive, ball not carrying to center field.
Kershaw's 2 for 9. He can hit a little bit. He's got a slightly open stance. Just another big, strong lad from Texas.
Making money out of it, though. You guys win? We're on that team.
So it's 2-1 to Clayton Kershaw. He has faced Block a couple of times. He's 0 for 2. in his career. And a strike. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So right now Block in a good rhythm with Kike Hernandez on deck. On the ground, Christian Arroyo to Posey. 2 outs, and here's Kike Hernandez.
Ty Blach riding the cut fastball. He gets jammed right there, and he has definitely got some bees in his hands. I don't. He may have even had a little cramp in his leg. But I think it's more the hands than anything else.
First pitch to Hernandez is a called strike.
Dave Roberts immediately going in to check with his ace.
Corey Seager to follow.
Does not need a jacket. If you have enough towels, you don't need a jacket. It's like if you have enough duct tape, you can change the world.
On the ground in the hole to Crawford. Crawford to Posey. Nice play. Side retired. Nothing.
You can call 800-STANFORD or go visit GoStanford.com. No score as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. And Ty Blach about ready to take his at-bats. He's our Jeep drive of the game. Why? Is because last October 1st, Giants taking on the Dodgers. Blach taking on Kershaw, and he got one of his 2 hits that day off Kershaw, his first big league knock. Got a single in the 6th, a single in the 7th, and that is our Jeep drive of the game. Have a day, Ty Blach.
And the first pitch to Ty Blach is high. 1 ball and no strikes. High again, 2-0. Pence to follow.
Kershaw still not locking in with the command of his fastball. The one thing too about Kershaw is that he has such a reputation for impeccable control that he has convinced the umpire crew around baseball that he's a strike thrower, and they look for strikes.
Hit out into left center field. On the move is Hernandez. Nobody's going to get it. And Block strolls into second with a double. Kershaw can't believe it. Get a high fastball.
Every pitch in the sequence was up. And Ty Blach, a good athlete, good hitter. Takes one right across the letters above the strike zone, and he backspins it right over the head of Kike Hernandez, the center fielder, who was playing very shallow. You can see where he was playing. I mean, that's a shallow set. You just don't expect a pitcher to get this kind of backspin and carry on a fly ball. Wow. The rookies tonight putting on a show.
Here's Pence. Pence hit a ball off of Kershaw, off of his backside, and was thrown out. He had a rip, and it's no balls and one strike.
You know, with Kershaw, he's not an easy guy to section off a part of the strike zone and look for. In, out, up, down. But right now, you can look up because he is above the belt with just about everything he's throwing. Straight 93-mile challenge right through him. You know, we saw Kershaw limp down the first baseline. This is when he got hit in the calf, the right calf. And this is a comebacker hit by Pence, and that ball was hit hard. And that may have been what tightened up when he left the batter's box last inning.
Pence trying to put the ball in play. It's 0-2. In the dirt. And Block just got a late read on it. And it's 1-2. You got to make that call right away. And if you don't, then with nobody out, you better stay put.
Well, you know, you don't do a lot of base running, and you kind of lose that little instinct that you get from being out there a little more frequently. I mean, he wanted to, but he also realizes he's at second base with nobody out. So you have to play a little more conservatively.
Pence up the middle. And moving to third is Block, and Pence beat it out. And I think he did. He got a good jump out of the batter's box. And the Giants have runners at the corners.
He had almost no backswing in a two-strike protective mode. It's contact, and then he is off and running. He beat it.
He beat it indeed.
Dodgers will not contest that. And you have a young second baseman, Chris Taylor, who doesn't quite know everybody in this league yet. And what he just found out about Hunter Pence is for a big man, 6'4", he can run.
So here's Arroyo. Christian Arroyo picked up his first major league hit in the first inning. He's probably going to see everything Kershaw's got here.
Well, Kershaw's going to pitch for the strikeout. No question. And Will Clark said the book on Arroyo, he says, just imagine Joe Panik from the right side. There's your book. It's a contact hitter.
Right back, challenge him. It's no balls and one strike.
Yeah, that's the first low fastball strike he's had in a while. That was right at the knees. That's what we're used to normally seeing from him.
That foul, 0-2. So he got the curveball.
Yeah, he got off his foot too, trying to walk it off. Yeah, it's time to bunch fingernails. Clap your hands, break out your lucky pieces, say some prayers.
1-2.
Ooh. That's a pitch the Dodgers have preached for an eternity. The paralysis fastball outside, just off the plate. You're not trying to put it in the strike zone, but you're trying to make it close enough that you might get an umpire to bite or a hitter to bite. And he made the exact pitch he wanted to make.
And Arroyo chases. And Kershaw gets the strikeout that he needed, and that's the first strikeout, and now it's up to Nunez.
And those 4 pitches, the best 4-pitch sequence he's had this game. First pitch, nails down a fastball, then he drops a curveball, then he goes away with another fastball, and here he throws a slider at 88 miles per hour below the zone. He gets him to bite. So he dragged him through the garden, and he gets the strikeout he was looking for.
So now Nunez, who reached on a fielder's choice in the first, steps up. Kershaw taking a little time as he moves around on top of the mound. Nunez is aggressive, so he may just jump on that first pitch if he likes it. And a belt-high strike, and Nunez didn't think so.
You know what, though? You like to see mistakes up above the belt to Nunez. He's a good high ball hitter. And that clearly is a gift. But you know, Adam Hamari, I mean, he's an umpire that looks for strikes, and there's an example of it.
Well, put you in the hole, 0-1. And this little pop-up's out of play, and now it's 0-2.
The one thing that Kershaw has done since he's come into the league is he's using the slider, which is like a cutter. He's using that more and more, and it really is a magic pitch. And for most guys, that is a pitch you learn at the big league level. And he'll throw that a lot. Very effective pitch on the inside corner to righties. But with him, he can also strike you out with it. It's a swing and miss pitch.
Got him.
So with a runner at third base and less than 2 outs, he's pitching for the strikeout. And if there's anybody in the league that knows how to do that, it's Kershaw.
So now Posey is coming up. He drew a walk in the first. Well, I think he said it best. His best stuff has been when he needed it the most.
Well, he really has kicked into another level, and he's found a nice rhythm out of the stretch. A better rhythm out of the stretch for him than out of the windup.
Breaking ball strike, and it's 0-1.
And that pitch has Posey shaking his head. He thought that pitch was high. You hate to give up a strike against any pitcher, but when you have an ace out there like Kershaw, that's a big, big disadvantage.
On the ground up to middle, and a base hit. And the Giants lead 1-0. It just got under the glove of Seager, who is playing Posey to pull.
And that was not a hanger either. Posey had to go down and get it. I mean, this is below the strike zone, but he barrels it up, and it put a good bit of steam on the ground ball, and Seager could not get to his left. Just, in fact, it looked like Seager had a bit of a lean to his right before he started going. And this is what happened at the end of the play, just out of reach. The Giants take the lead.
So here's Crawford. Crawford hit the ball well in the first inning. but he hit it right at the left fielder, Bellinger. Oh, 1-0.
And that's one Kershaw wanted. Crawford had a good at bat his first at bat tonight against Kershaw. Hit a solid line drive to left field. It was caught. Yeah, with Kershaw, he's got so many ways to make you swing and miss, but you know, he still can come right at you in a fastball count with a predictable fastball, have you looking for it, you can still swing through it. Nothing easy about hitting off this guy.
Pence at second, Posey at first. Crawford had a good rip. It's 1-2.
Just a bit underneath it. You're right, he was on it. Hitter gets that much lower body into a swing, he's mad at himself for not doing more with the pitch because he had him timed.
One ball and 2 strikes. And Crawford right back to Kershaw, knocks it down, picks it up, throws in time, and that'll end the inning. Giants pick up a run on 3 hits. Buster Posey's RBI single. 4th inning coming up. It's 1-0 Giants.
Fourth inning, the Giants have a 1-0 lead, and there's nothing better than talking to a major league mom, especially a new one. We get to introduce you to Christian Arroyo's mother, Kim, his little sister Olivia, his little brother Adrian. The whole family's down the row. But I was all set to ask you about Christian's major league debut, and then he records his first major league hit. So now you got to talk about both. How are you wrapping your head around all of this?
Well, it's very emotional. It's just surreal. I mean, it's hard to believe we're here and experiencing this.
And really hard to believe because Christian shared with us yesterday that you did not believe that he got called up. Tell us about the phone call.
Well, he's a little bit of a jokester from time to time, so I had to question him a few times just to make sure he was telling the truth. But I could tell he was a little emotional, and that's when I knew he was serious.
What can you share about the pride you feel watching the amount of work that you put in and that Christian put in to get to this point?
Well, this is like a dream come true for him, for me, for our whole family. It's been a lot of years of baseball games, for sure, and I don't know what to say.
It's hard. Yeah, it's an amazing moment. Lots of tears, I heard. Yeah, happy tears?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I cried all day, all night.
Oh, Olivia, did Mom cry a lot?
That's definitely a parent's, biggest dream is to see their kids fulfill their dreams, and it's just unreal.
He's very appreciative, you can tell. All right, Olivia, you're up. How proud are you of your big brother, Christian?
Very proud.
You're really proud? Is he a good big brother?
Yeah.
Now, is he teaching you the game? You too, Adrian? Is he teaching you guys baseball?
He's teaching me, how it's like to go up in the majors, because right now I'm in travel league. I'm on my way, so I'm hoping I can take his spot for him and live his dream on.
You're going to take his spot. Well, clearly Adrian also got the gift of gab like Christian has. All right, Olivia, what do you want to say to Christian? Look into the camera and tell something to your brother.
I'm glad that he's worked so hard.
One more time.
I'm glad that he's worked so hard.
You're glad he's worked so hard. Are you guys glad that he's the San Francisco Giant?
Yes.
You look good in the hat. Kim, thanks so much for joining us. Christian Arroyo's mom. Guys, up to you.
Yep. Nice family. Living the dream, boy, let me tell you. But while this is going on, a walk and a base hit, and now for the first time tonight, Ty Blach is in some trouble with Yasiel Puig at the plate. Puig hit a bouncing ball to Buster Posey in his only other at bat, and that pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes.
And we talked about Ty Blach had made 7 appearances out of the bullpen since the season has started. They got him ready and stretched out in spring training to be a starter. But tonight, pitch count is a big issue, and Dave Righetti, the Giants pitching coach, said around 75 pitches is where we want him to be. They don't want him to see it do a lot of stretch time and a lot of big pitch innings.
Hit on the ground up the middle, and that's a base hit. Turner's going to move over to third, so the Dodgers tie the game, and they got the lead runner at third with nobody out. Now, well, look, that ball's a little bit like Buster Posey's, where if you're shading over a little bit more, you got a double play.
Well, I think off the crack of the bat, I'm thinking Ty Blach, he's going to get 2 outs. But they did have Crawford about 2 steps out of straightaway shortstop position towards the hole on the left side. And that's just about all the difference that Puig needed to get the ball into center field. So Dave Righetti out, and this is just really to give Ty Blach a little bit of a breather. Giants are going to get the bullpen going. Corey Guerin heading down, and he'll start getting heated up.
Gonzalez hit a ball to shallow left that Crawford went out and made a great catch on a pop-up over his shoulder.
If you're Ty Blach right now, you need a break. You need a lucky break.
So Puig with the RBI single. And it's in tight to Gonzalez. 1 ball and no strikes. Turner at third. Puig is at first. On the ground to Posey. Posey's going to go to second. Crawford's going to come home, and safe at home is the sliding Turner. And the Dodgers take the lead. It'll be an RBI for Gonzalez.
Well, when Posey got the ball, he got it quickly, and he looked and he froze Turner at third base. There's the look. Then he goes ahead and gets the play, and on cue, as soon as he released the ball, Turner breaks for the plate, Crawford, who's got a very strong arm, had he been able to put that ball a little more accurately on the third base side, they'd have had a chance to get him and get the double play.
Yep. So here's Grandal with 1 out and Gonzalez at first. And he takes a ball, 1 ball and no strikes.
The ball gets there ahead of Turner, but it one-hops Nick Hundley, and he really doesn't have much of a play.
Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Good changeup.
Everything done correctly.
Everything done as it should be done.
On the ground. That's 1. That's 2. So nice around the horn double play. Dodgers, however, take the lead. It's 2-1 LA.
Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
The Giants, Airbnb, and Hamilton families have partnered to raise awareness and funds in support of the city of San Francisco's Heading Home campaign. The Heading Home campaign is dedicated to ending family homelessness in San Francisco. Now, for every Giants run scored at AT&T Park, Airbnb and the Giants will donate $1,000 to the Heading Home campaign. Giants fans can participate by making a donation to Hamilton families by texting HOME to 91-999 or going to hamiltonfamilies.org.
Makes you want to score a lot of runs, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. So Giants now trail, and the hitter is going to be Hundley. Hundley to fly ball to right. And a strike in its own 1. With 41 career at bats against Clayton Kershaw. He's been a player that has spent most of his career in the National League West. There's a swing and a miss. Panic and then Stubbs.
I think the Giants did a pretty good job tonight of getting pitches out of Kershaw. It's not an easy thing to do.
Hundley lifts one to Puig and right. Puig on the track will put it away.
With the philosophy of trying to get after Kershaw early, because oftentimes the biggest part of the strike zone you're going to see him challenge is early in the count. A lot of guys try to hit him in the first couple pitches, and what happens is he normally takes a very low pitch count into the later innings of the game.
Joe Panik rolled out to Gonzalez in his only at bat. Here he takes high. And a strike. 7 hits in the game, 4 for the Giants, 3 for the Dodgers. Look out, 2-1. Stubbs on deck. Here we are in the bottom of the 4th inning. And a flare to left and a base hit.
Nice opposite field approach. Right now it's time for our cold hard facts. They're brought to you by Clean, Crisp Coors Lights. The lowest ERA since 1920 in the live ball era. Minimum 1,500 innings. Well, Clayton Kershaw, 1,788 innings, 2.37 ERA. Amazing. Hall of Famer Hoyt Wilhelm, Whitey Ford, Sandy Koufax, and Jim Palmer are the other guys in that top 5. So I think Clayton Kershaw's making a place for himself in Cooperstown.
I think he is. Here's Stubbs. Stubbs 0 for 1. Right down the pipe. No balls and 1 strike.
Drew Stubbs has power. And this guy's feeling it. Pointing out the left field. That is a big league curveball and a quick 0-2 count.
Makes you think you should have swung at the pitch before that.
Well, it makes you think that he's thinking that very thing. I mean, that's a bow walker right there. Yeah.
1-2. Ty Blach is on deck. That's a good thing.
And he owns Kershaw.
It is.
Ooh. See, Kershaw not happy with that call.
Well, let's see if he had reason to.
A little low.
Much low.
And he definitely wanted it. I don't blame him.
And he gets Stubbs anyway.
Hard cutter. So strikeout number 3.
So here's Blach. Blach doubled and scored in the 3rd.
Hey, how about this? Ty Blach's got 3 lifetime hits. They're all against Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah.
That's the best.
And a strike, and it's 0-1.
Next pitch will be number 60. You want to be 60 or less after 4 innings, so it's not like he's abnormally high, but he's abnormally high for him.
There's that breaking ball in the dirt. Bad weather back east. The Philadelphia Miami game rained out. Mets in Atlanta, in New York, rained out. It's raining in Colorado, but they're playing.
39 degrees right now in Colorado with the wind. To make it a little colder.
On the ground to second, where Taylor has it, and that'll end the inning. Through 4, it's Dodgers 2, Giants 1.
NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by True Green, America's #1 professional lawn care company. Start today. Live life outside.
All right, Saturday, April 29th is Brewfest at AT&T Park. Your special event package will include a game ticket to see the Giants take on the Padres and admission to the pregame Brewfest event, which is a lot of fun. To get in, you must purchase this special event ticket. So go to sfgiants.com/special events.
Chris Taylor will lead things off. And he'll lead things off with a swing and a miss. 2-1 Dodgers. It's about where we seem to always be at against Kershaw. And a high strike. It's 0-2.
That was pitch number 60.
And a base hit on an 0-2 pitch. Ball got up and Taylor took advantage of it.
It's too much strike zone. He's not going to be happy with that effort.
That's going to get the bullpen going. That's like one of the signs pitching coaches look at if you're tired.
Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. What do you do with an 0-2 pitch? Ideally, you want that pitch to start off in the corner and have its movement fall out of the strike zone. You don't want to leave it out there, especially bell high, which is an easy area to defend. So once again, Corey Guerin up. Won't take him long.
Bellinger hit a soft pop-up to Brandon Crawford in the 3rd inning. So this will be the 2nd inning in a row. The Dodgers have planted their leadoff hitter. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And as close to the plate as Bellinger is, he's going to see a lot of that pitch right there. I mean, he's as close as anybody we've seen all year. Bellinger was tearing it up at Oklahoma City. He hit .343 with 5 homers, 15 RBIs, 7 steals. But I mean, I don't see anybody ever touch the front chalk line.
You're right. He gets it again.
Ty Blach throwing darts on the hands. But when a guy's that hot, I mean, they're not going to mess with him up here. But up here, you know, you have guys that have great stuff and they can put it in places where they want to put it. And they'll pick apart an opening. And right now, Ty Blach of the Giants feel they have an opening above the hands on the inside corner. to Mr. Bellinger.
And he bounces this one foul. One ball and 2 strikes. And a soft toss.
See the lines for both pitchers very similar.
And look out.
Well, nice play, Fitz post. Check the seams.
Started from last night. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the dirt. Block and the 2-2 pitch. Here it is. And he skies it foul.
Just getting right after that kitchen.
Just trying to stay in there.
All right, what is the kitchen? Well, it's right inside at the hands. Both arms at the elbows collapse. It's that ball up the bat.
So it goes 0-2 to 3-2.
A pretty good curveball right there, and a nice take from Bellinger's perspective.
Yeah, this will be the 9th pitch coming up. And it's a 3-2 pitch. And it's hit out to Hunter Pence, who's got a beat on it. In there just enough.
Just enough. I mean, you look at that guy's approach, and it looks like it's all pull.
That's Duty Evans, if I've ever seen it.
Gerald Evans, former Giant. Hit over 400 home runs. It worked for him.
It did. Kershaw takes a strike as he shows bunt.
Giants taking away the bunt. Christian Arroyo playing on the grass at third. They will definitely slap bunt with Kershaw. That was not his #1 effort.
And that's a better effort. And Block will take Kershaw.
Remember when he got hit in the calf, the right calf. And this is the first hitter he faced in the game. That was Hunter Pence, and now he leaves the box here, and all of a sudden that leg starts to bind up a little bit. So definitely not comfortable with the ball that hit him in the calf.
And here comes Bruce Bochy. And I think he's going to take the baseball.
He's very happy with what he got out of Ty Blach tonight.
Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe he's made the trek out there and just to pump him up a little bit and says you got one more hitter.
Sometimes a manager wants to stretch it out too. Let the folks in the stands see what you look like. Let everybody know you dropped a few pounds. Your heart's doing good.
Yeah, have a little camera time. He is doing well.
He is. Hernandez takes a strike. Struck out in the first looking, and then Crawford on a backhanded play threw him out.
Next pitch will be right at 75. This will be the last hitter he faces in the game.
Up the middle, side retired. Yeah, he had one more out in him.
And he got it.
Top of the order coming up.
Way to charge it.
The authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
Well, the 2017 All-Star Teacher is brought to you by Provident Credit Union. You can vote at NBCSportsBayArea.com/AST. It is the 11th season of NBC Sports Bay Area All-Star Teacher Program, and it recognizes teachers that make a difference. The winner receives $20,000 for his or her school. Here's Pence. Pence is 1 for 2.
He's had 2 good at-bats against Kershaw.
Center field, hit well. Hernandez back, still back, and in front of the wall, he makes the catch.
3 good at-bats against Kershaw.
Ball kept carrying. It is a cool night. First pitch, 58 degrees.
Not a hanger either. I mean, he just puts this thing down and in. And that's the thing about Pitts. When he gets it going, I mean, he can put a flat swing even on a low pitch and get backspin on it and carry. And this is the part of the ballpark where you get a little carry with the normal winds, which is what you have tonight. Still not enough.
And Arroyo takes a strike. He singled his first major league hit, and then he struck out in the 3rd. And now it's 0-2.
It was great when Christian Arroyo found out that he was going to get number 22. He needed to check in with his guy, Will Clark, who wore that number. And he asked Will if it was all right. And Will said, absolutely. There's some hits in that number.
Yeah, Dan Uggla left him in that number.
But you know, you look at while it's on Arroyo, you do think about the Clarks.
Yeah.
Will Clark, Jack Clark, both wore 22.
Mike Matheny wore 22. They're telling us Jake Peavy wore 22. And he got him for the second time.
Well, perfectly placed above the hands. Good pitch. Well, Giants fans, you can stream the Giants on the go this season. You can stream every NBC Bay Area Giants broadcast on your desktop or mobile device. Giants games streamed on the go on the NBC Sports app. We highly recommend it.
The Giants press guide has the players that wore all the different numbers, and some interesting 22s that we forgot about. But Jason Schmidt wore 22. He was about as good a Giant as you're going to get. 7-pitch inning. That's the top of the order, and they go down quietly. So after 5, it's 2-1 Dodgers. It happened on this date in 1969 at the Stick. Mike's old buddy, Giants catcher Jack Hyatt, hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the first off of Denny LeMaster, and a walk-off grand slam off of Dan Schneider in the bottom of the 13th. Giants beat the Astros 12-8. On base for that grand slam were Bobby Bonds, Willie Mays, and Willie McCovey. How about that?
Well, I think that's as cool as the grand slam is who you knocked in. Jack Hyatt, one of my favorite guys I've ever met in professional baseball, and the greatest storyteller.
It's time for a change. Think Speedy, oil change and auto service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts.
So Corey Guerin coming into his 7th game, off to a nice start. 7 base runners in 5 innings, 5 strikeouts against 5 walks. You're going to see a high sidearm delivery, very upright finish with his delivery. A low 90s fastball, slider, occasional change.
And the first pitch gets away from him, and it backs Seager off the plate. Seager walked to open the 4th, and that's the inning. The Dodgers scored both of their runs.
Well, that was a changeup. A little too much pine tar. Guerin on in relief of Ty Block, who was outstanding tonight.
Nunez will make the catch on that hard line drive. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy?
All right, gentlemen. Well, just an update on Brandon Crawford's situation. He will be leaving tomorrow and will be gone Thursday to attend the services for his sister-in-law that he sadly lost on our last homestand. Now, the Giants will have to make a decision tomorrow. They can play short with him for the next 2 days, or they can decide to put him on bereavement leave, which means he has to miss 3 games, which means he will have to miss Friday, and they'll call up a player. They're leaning towards the bereavement list, gentlemen, because they're already playing short with Denard Span being hurt as well right now. But a quick update on Denard Span, he will be taking live BP tomorrow, and if all goes well, he'll be back on Thursday. So some decisions to come, gentlemen.
Yeah, you know, those are important decisions too. And do you play short for a couple of games? You really don't want to. Do you want Crawford to come back and play on Friday night against the Padres?
Well, I think that's what they're going to wind up doing. I do. I think they'll play short for a couple days. -1 guy with a 24-man roster.
Turner pops this one out to right. Hector Pence is underneath it.
The bereavement list requires that if you go on the bereavement list, you have to spend a minimum of 3 days there. You can spend a maximum of 7 days. And in doing so, if you choose that option, you can bring another guy up. Well, if you choose the other option, Crawford misses 2 games, you play short, 1 less guy, and then he can come up on that 3rd game and play on Friday. So, I mean, there's your coin toss. Which way do you go?
Here's Puig. I'm going to miss. No balls and 1 strike.
Good knee-high location for Guerin. That's where he needs to be. That's where he gets his sink. So we will find out tomorrow. How the Giants decide to handle his absence.
0-2. And hey, look, the health of Span may have a lot to do with the decision.
Denard Span, who had a bruised sternum with the collision that he had with the center field wall in Denver. Feeling a bit better every day. He's getting closer.
Outside, breaking ball. One and 2. Here it is to Yasiel Puig. And a bit high. It's 91 from Corey Guerin. To pitch. Here it is to Puig. Got him, and that'll end the inning. Nice inning for Corey Guerin. Now the Giants need to get something going. It'll be Posey, Crawford, and Hundley coming up.
NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. By AAA. Get a free Giants welcome mat. Restrictions apply. Go to AAA.com/Giants or to a AAA branch for details. By Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By State Farm. Combine auto and renters and see how much you can save. Talk to an agent today. By Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com.
A 2-1 lead as you look high above AT&T Park with Buster Posey leading things off. And Buster hits a high drive to left, but on the move is the left fielder Bellinger, and he makes the catch. So one pitch, one out. And that'll bring up Crawford. Crawford is 0 for 2. Had some pretty good swings against Kershaw, but really nothing to show for it. Crawford pops it back and out of play.
Time now for our smart play. It's brought to you by your California Ford dealers, and Crawford's great catch on the pop-up in the second inning. And that broke the heart of Adrian Gonzalez. And it made Ty Blach very happy. Our smart play brought to you by your California Ford dealers.
And the pitch is high to Crawford. Crawford a healthy rip, and it's now 1-2.
Giants staying aggressive early in the count. And with Kershaw, with nobody on base, and he will pick his rhythm up, work quick.
Got him.
And one thing we've learned about Crawford is that he will guess in two-strike situations. And there he was not looking fastball. He was looking breaking ball. Bang.
Here's Hundley as Contos works his way down to the bullpen. Hundley takes a belt-high strike.
And that turned the head of Nick Hundley, the high strike called by Adam Hamari, the plate umpire. And you can see why Hundley not that excited about the call.
Swinging a foul.
A rare changeup. But when you can establish in the minds of an umpire, and in Kershaw's case, it's not just one umpire, it's every umpire that's in the league. And you convince that umpire before the game even starts that you're going to be around the plate. You're going to get a lot of strikes.
Yep. And Kershaw now with 6 strikeouts. They've all come from the third inning on. It's 2-1 Dodgers.
brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Through 6 full innings of play, the Dodgers 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors. The Giants 1 run on 5 hits, no errors. Ty Blach making his first start of the year, outstanding. 75 pitches in 5 innings with a base hit. Got 3 lifetime hits. They're all against Clayton Kershaw. Kershaw tonight, however, has been a bit better. He has allowed just the 1 run on 5 hits with 6 Ks. The Giants 1 run driven in by Buster Posey in his 2-out situation. And that's our Toyota game summary, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer.
Here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez picked up an RBI and a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 2.
Gonzalez, a middle away guy, good low ball hitter, has been his whole career. Great power from foul line to foul line. One of the really great RBI guys in baseball.
Hit into the gap into right center field, and nobody's there. Pence will pick it up, and Gonzalez will open up the 7th with a double.
Take a look at the pitch, and you can see the movement running away. And once you get on the outer half of the plate with a little bit of elevation, that really allows Gonzalez to get the barrel head on it. Here he finds a gap, and just like that, Dodgers get their leadoff guy in scoring position to start things off here in the 7th. And George Cantos very quickly gets up a 2nd time.
Here's Grandal. So Gonzalez at 2nd. Hits are now even at 5. And Grandal takes wide.
This is a strikeout situation with the runner at second base and nobody out. And Corey Guerin really is more of a contact pitcher. I mean, he's a guy that it's going to get the ball hit on the ground.
Nope, just off the plate, 2-0.
That's what he wanted. The 2-seamer just moving out of the strike zone. If you're wondering why Cantos is up, another right-hander in the pen, he's a guy who's more likely to get a strikeout if you need that than Guerin.
So now it's 3-0.
I don't think a sinker baller really cares. If you got a runner at second base, nobody out, you got an open first base. I mean, a walk here is not the worst thing. Simply because you could get a ground ball in the next pitch and get a double play.
The 3-0 pitch, here it is. And he gets the call.
And that's where that 3-0 pitch should be. It should be perfect. If you lose him, so what? From the Dodgers' perspective, I mean, they're looking for a good pitch to hit. I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised if that ball had been in the inner half to see Grandal swing at it.
Absolutely.
Because I do believe he's looking middle in.
And now Guerin will step off and regroup, as will we.
Giants set their infield. They play in the pool. Outfield straight away.
And the walk. Double and a walk, and here's Taylor. Giants with Taylor on the infield will play the defense straight up.
Mark Gardner talking it over with George Cantos. telling him the situation, how Bochy's going to play it.
Strike, and it's 0-1.
Just Taylor does have good speed. He's not an easy guy to double up.
Does not chase. 1 ball and 1 strike.
So now a situation where he can pitch around too. He's got to get in the strike zone. You cannot walk a guy with nobody out and give up that runner or that base at third.
So here's the 1-1 to Chris Taylor. And this little pop-up is behind second. Infield fly. Taylor's out as soon as the umpire raises his hand. And here comes Bruce Bochy. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts. Contos coming in. Fans here at the ballpark, they're going to receive a 2 flaps down hat presented by River Rock Casino, and then the Giants will take on the Padres at 6:05. sfgiants.com/tickets. To get it, you got to be the first of 20,000 people. It's George Contos with Denise Ebright watching.
The numbers for Contos as he comes into his 10th game: 6 strikeouts and 6 1/3. 7 hits and 3 walks allowed. Contos low to mid 90s with the velocity on the fastball with 2 types of movement, more lows than mids. Great slider, curveball, changeup. You'll see a lot of sliders in this at bat. And you're going to see a lot of inside.
There's a called strike. The ball's in a strike. Gonzalez and Grandal aboard. And that squirts away. And that's a huge turn of events.
So a slider down and in. I thought for a second it may have hit Bellinger in the foot. And it did not miss by much. So Hundley Short stops the ball and it kind of hits off the heel of his glove.
No, it did hit him, Mike.
Either that or they.
Oh, you're right. It could have been ball 4. The intentional pass.
We're still getting used to the intentional pass where you just say, hold 4 fingers up and that's it.
So here's Kershaw. Kershaw is 0 for 1. He had a sacrifice bunt in the 5th. Nunez with Gonzalez running, and the throw is cut off. 2 down.
Now with Gonzalez running, I mean, that was the key. Adrian Gonzalez has none speed. And Nunez has a reputation of a good arm. So as a third base runner, you want to bluff like you're really going to come hard, make that outfielder make a hard throw with the hopes that he might make an errant throw.
This will be Tolles. Andrew Tolles started last night and went 0 for 4. But he's a pretty good little hitter. So Cantos going after Tolles with 2 outs. And a high strike, and it's 0-1.
Seen it called all night. So not a surprise, but a big pitch for Cantos to get this pitch. And it is right on the top of the strike zone. And you don't see many umpires give the high breaking ball.
Probably not a good idea to throw that one too many times. And that'll even the count. Gonzalez is at third, Grandal at second, and Bellinger is at first. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-1.
Good block. I mean, all 3 pitches that Cantos is throwing, I mean, he really hasn't been close to where he wants to throw them. 2 high sliders, and here's a 2-seam fastball that skims off a home plate, and those are unpredictable. And that's a nice play from Nick Hundley.
Two and 1.
Yeah, he's going to talk about it. It's too important. 1-run ball game, but you want to get the feel of that pitcher. You want to find out what's on his mind. And if you're a pitcher, you're making your case right now. All right.
So a huge pitch coming up from Cantos to Andrew Tolles. Not close.
So 4 pitches in this sequence again. Not anywhere close to where Cantos wants to throw him. So now, what do you trust here in a 3-1 count? You've missed 3 times high with a slider. You've missed low with a fastball. Whatever you throw, you've got to believe you can throw this for a strike. And a 91-mile-an-hour challenge, and he throws it right through a good fastball hitter.
Well, you might as well see if you can do it again.
Put the pressure on the hitter, and the only way you can do that is throw a strike.
Got him. Coles helped him out on the last pitch, and the Dodgers leave him loaded. It remains a 1-run deficit for the Giants.
Brought to you by T-Mobile. Tomorrow probable is going to be the lefty Alex Wood taking on Johnny Cueto. Cueto 3-1 on the year. Alex Wood 1-0. You can see the whip very similar. The walks and hits per innings pitched. If you have anything under 1.5, it's acceptable. Down around 1 is very, very good. Johnny Cueto with 19 strikeouts against 18 walks. So tomorrow night starters, and it's our unlimited baseball break brought to you by T-Mobile.
Another lefty.
Giants going to see 4 left-handers in this series from the Dodgers.
Yeah, this guy's feeling it. So Panik is going to lead things off. Joe Panik singled in the 4th. He has 1 of the 5 hits for the Giants. Stubbs is on deck. First pitch strike, and it's 0-1. Cole stays in the game to play center. The pitch count, remember we were saying, oh, Giants are doing a good job working the count, and then that stopped.
Well, as soon as Kershaw got his rhythm, and the basic philosophy that the Giants have against him, beating him early in the count, and the pitch count just all of a sudden just became very efficient.
1-2. Panik hits one to left, and Bellinger will make the catch. Well, the happy hour with Greg Papa, Ray Ratto, and Kelly Johnson. It happens on weekdays on NBC Sports Bay Area. It is great sports talk. Papa, Ratto, Johnson bringing you the happy hour. Here's Stubbs. Stubbs is popped out and struck out. Swinging a foul right at home plate. It got Stubbs on the foot. It's no balls and 1 strike.
Athletically, you start talking about Drew Stubbs, and he's a guy that can do a couple things. Number one, he's got good pop. He's got good power to the bat that he's always had since he came up to the big leagues, and he can run. He's got great speed. Problem that he has had is being able to consistently hit for average, and the strikeout has plagued him his whole career.
One and two. Gorkys Hernandez is on deck. Giants won 2-1 last night, and the Dodgers hold a 2-1 lead right now.
Hunter Strickland.
Got him. So Stubbs out for the second time. This one looking.
Just a big league curveball. And this is the breaking ball that he came up to the big leagues with. When we first saw him as a kid, he was a fastball curveball guy. That was it. I mean, and that was pretty good. But he's come up with a cut fastball, a slider, changeup. But look at the pitch count. I mean, he was really high in the pitch count for him after the fourth, and then 7 in the fifth, 8 in the sixth, and here he's got 8 with 2 outs in the seventh.
Hernandez hitting at 108. But maybe he's got great numbers against Kershaw. Huh?
What do you got?
Two for 9, a double, 2 walks and a strikeout.
There you go. There's a lot of guys in this league that would take that.
And a base hit. Hernandez will put on the brakes, and Hunter Pence gets the hit. Well, the ninth spot in the lineup has a couple of hits. Pence has got an infield hit. He's also had some pretty decent swings against Kershaw.
Well, this is a decent swing right here. Watch his head stay down through the swing. Inside outs, goes with that little cut movement to right center. That's a perfect at bat. That is one that will absolutely build his confidence.
And it's low to Hunter Pence. Pence has got 1 home run. He hit that in the second series of the year. Home run he hit at Petco Park.
Yeah, she's got a rally towel going.
He's feeling it.
That a bit.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Like a changeup. You're sitting on a 1-0 count. You got a strike thrower out there. You're thinking, all right, I'm going to lock in on a fastball, and then he throws you a changeup, which is about 4 feet short, and you get way out in front. And that does more than just put 1 strike on your count. It messes with your mind, that pitch.
Hit on the ground to third. Turner with the pick and the throw, and they got him. So nice play by Turner. We played 7. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Giants 1. NBC Bay Area and the Giants Television Network. And then on Thursday, pregame live will start at 11:30. We'll have the game for you at 12:30. Day game on NBC Sports Bay Area. So tomorrow, and NBC Bay Area and NBC Sports Bay Area on Thursday. 2-1 Dodgers when it's time for a change. Things Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts. There's Hunter Strickland. His outings this year have all been good. It's only a couple of hits. He's got a couple of walks, 7 strikeouts. And it'll be Corey Seager to lead things off. Seager lined out to left. In his last at bat, he's 0 for 2. Here he shoots it up the middle for a base hit. So Strickland on one pitch finds himself in the stretch. That 96-mile-per-hour fastball is our fast pitch. Brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest Wi-Fi at home and on the go. Here's Turner. Turner 2 for 3.
And you mentioned earlier in the broadcast how hot Turner has been. I can't remember the last time he wasn't hot. As you see, Pedro Baez, the right-hander, getting heated up for the Dodgers.
And Turner on a check swing.
That's a rough strike right there.
Kind of leaning back out of the way.
Well, he dives in there and watch him clear. I mean, when the guy clears like that, it usually means he's looking inside. The ball hits him. But he hit the bat first, which makes that a rough strike. But you can take a full swing. If it hits you, it's a strike.
Strickland's next pitch is down low to even the count. This is what Mike's talking about.
I don't even know if it hit the bat at all. I mean, it definitely hit his arm, but the fact that he took a swing, if it hits him, that's a strike. And that was a swing.
This could be trouble. Can Pence get there? Oh, yeah, not a problem. One out. Here's Puig. Puig is 1 for 3.
Puig definitely has lost some weight when you look at him last couple seasons. Thinned out. Still a big fella. Cuban born. If he'd have been raised in the States, he'd have played football. He says his favorite sport, soccer. But he's built like a linebacker.
Well, we've got a soccer score last night and we got a soccer score tonight.
It's been good baseball. The way Pedro Baez is warming up in the Giants bullpen, or the Dodgers bullpen, I'm thinking that Kershaw's night is over.
You might be right. Good pitch, 1 ball and 1 strike. Giants have Arroyo, Nunez, and Posey coming up in the 8th inning. So you've got 3 right-handed hitters coming up. Outside to Puig.
See what has happened with Puig, and that's his batting average against fastballs. He first came to the league, he was killing them. Then gradually they started moving him inside, 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 and more inside, and the batting average has come down.
That's pretty amazing.
It is.
2 balls and a strike. Right now, that's exactly where Hundley's going. Runner goes, pitches up and in. The throw down to second is not in time. So for Seager, his second stolen base of the year.
And I don't really know how he gets out of the way of that. That's high velocity. He jackknifes and goes down hard on his back. Just a great jump from Seager. I don't even know if the throw had been perfect had he been able to get him.
Giants wiggle out of trouble in the 7th. So they're going to have to try to do it again here in the 8th. And a walk.
Well, you can follow Giants Baseball live with the MLB.com at Bat mobile app. Stay connected with the game's best players all season long. Download MLB.com at Bat today. Best dressed?
Yep.
Got my vote. Yeah, wait a second.
Tied for second. Here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez lifts one out to Nunez. And here's Grandal. Grandal is 0 for 2. Strickland, after allowing the hit to Seager, the out, and then the walk to Puig. One after Yasmani Grandal, who's hitting in the 6th slot in this lineup. Panic out in shallow right field. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
Perfect location, knee-high outside corner. Grandal looks middle in. On the first pitch, he's not going to go out on a knee-high location away. And that's perfect location at 95.
Strickland to the plate. Ooh, just outside.
Oh, right back out there again.
Threw that pitch in on his hands. It's now 1-2.
Well, and he got out there in there, I should say, enough. So it really kind of set that pitch up beautifully by the 2 locations away. And he decides to come in tight. And Grandal's not an easy guy to jam. Now the kill pitch. Where do you want to throw it? You've got a base to play with here. You go out of the strike zone 3 times and hope he chases. You do not have to challenge in the middle of the strike zone.
And the 1-2. Got him. 94 above the belt. Arroyo, Nunez, Posey coming up. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts.
Pedro Baez, the new pitcher now for the Dodgers, and you can take a look at what he has done in 5 games. He's been very good. 6 in the third. He's allowed 1 hit. He's walked 4. He's struck out 8, and he has got great stuff. You're going to see mid to high 90s with the velocity on the fastball and a hard slider, and he's also got a changeup, 3 pitches that he is not afraid to throw at in any count, and all 3 swing and miss pitches. And he's throwing with a lot of confidence right now.
So it'll be the kid, Arroyo, then Nunez, and then Buster Posey. Arroyo singled in his first at bat, and then Kershaw struck him out the next 2 times up. So Baez to Arroyo, and a swing and a little pop-up out to second base. And Taylor will make the catch. So 1 pitch, 1 out. This was his first hit, and it came in the first inning.
And what better way to get your first big league knock than to do it against the Cy Young Award winner, Clayton Kershaw. And the family of Christian Arroyo came in all the way from Florida, and there's his first big league knock. It was worth the trip.
Nunez is 0 for 3. Guarda now hitting at 257. And he takes a pitch down low. Nunez has never faced Baez before, at least not in a major league game. Fouls this one back. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Now, when you take your at-bats against Baez, I mean, until you get to a 2-strike count, you're not going to look for anything but high velocity fastballs.
And Grandal is going to come back, and it's just out of play. Now the older ballparks, that's an OUT. Now these newer ballparks, hitters get new life.
One of the smallest foul line areas in all of the National League here at AT&T. There's not a whole lot else in this ballpark that favors the hitter, but that does.
So 1 and 2. Out of play.
98.
Mr. Posey. Mr. at first base tonight. Belt the night off, although he could be waiting in the wings at some point in this game. Connor Gillespie still available, so Span, although we don't know if Span's available or not. Back again, spoiled a good pitch.
Yeah, that was right where you wanted to throw that slider. You can fight that off and live to see another pitch. You've done a good thing there. And that is a hard, sharp break at 86-mile-an-hour snapper.
Here's Bernard Span. 1 and 2.
Buster Posey would love to hit with a runner on.
Got a piece.
Well, that's a quality pitch. I mean, that's right up there in the inside corner above the hands at 97. So he's painting him with a slider in the outside corner to black. And here he goes on the other end of the strike zone with high velocity. Yeah, just like the slider. If you catch a piece of that fastball and stay alive, you've done a good thing. Oh, right back up tight again. It's a good at bat.
Yes, it is.
Because he is fighting off some fuzz right now. That was 98-mile-an-hour velocity.
Two balls, two strikes. And another high fastball. I mean, threw a changeup here. Nunez might screw himself into the ground.
9 pitches. He's fouled off 7 of them. I like big mitts, and I cannot lie.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Easy 96. It's a full count.
It had to go 3-2.
Popped him up. 2 outs.
That's impressive. Pedro Baez's perspective, he persevered through that to get that out. Take a look at how he worked. You're not going to see many mistakes in the strike zone in this whole sequence. He just stayed around with high velocity. I mean, this is an exercise in beautiful location with high velocity stuff.
So we got a double switch. Kenley Jansen's coming in when it's time for a change. Things speedy. Oil change and auto service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts. Kenley Jansen, the Dodger closer, is in.
Take a look at what he has done so far this year. He's got 4 saves on the year. Some quality stuff. You're going to see some high velocity cut for the most part. He's also got a slider, but you're going to see cutters.
Buster Posey on the ground and a base hit. Posey is now 8 for 18 lifetime against Jansen.
And I don't know many guys that can say that against Jansen.
Van Slyke is now at first. Van Slyke will hit in the 9th spot. Here's Crawford. Crawford is 0 for 3. Does not have good numbers against Jansen. Crawford is 1 for 11. But I'll say this about Brandon Crawford, is he does not get cheated.
And you can expect to see the inside corner attacked with those high velocity cutters from Jansen.
Pitch is high and away. Now, if he were to be able to get one down the right field line, it's conceivable Posey could score from first, just because of where Puig is playing.
Staying away, and these are straight fastballs. There's no cut to those fastballs.
Now the guy on deck, Nick Hundley. You ready?
How do you do against Jansen?
0 for 7, 7 strikeouts.
He's due.
Swing and a miss.
And there's the high velocity cut in on the hands.
Crawford, 2 balls and 1 strike. Posey at first. Back in again, and a check on Posey. Outfield deep, as you would expect. Two and two.
And they set that target on the hands, and that got a little leaky out of the plate. I mean, that's one where Crawford could hurt you. He likes to get extended. He's always been a good high ball hitter. Just a little too high on that one.
Down the left field line. That's a base hit. Posey is going to go to third. Here's the throw. It is not in time.
That was close. We didn't know much about Cody Bellinger's arm before tonight, and we just were impressed with it. With 2 outs and a 2-out jump, we're thinking that's going to be an easy take at third for Buster Posey, who had a good jump.
Yeah, Crawford's hurt. Don't know what it is, but he's hurt.
Well, he fights it off, throws it down the left field line.
Groin.
We'll watch him as he rounds first. Yep.
And the Dodgers are going to look at the play at third.
Right here, he starts to grab. Let's take a look at the play at third.
Now, did he stay on the bag? Yes, he did.
Yeah, he said.
So that's a good. We're all good there.
Concern now for number 35.
Connor Gillespie is the remaining infielder that would come in, and then you'd probably see Nunez come in to play short. But right now, the umpires are taking a look at this back in New York. This replay review is presented by Xfinity. Nice at bat for Crawford, by the way.
Outstanding. Bill Miller signaling that everybody's safe. Dave Greshner is saying we got to get him off the field.
Well, remember what his job is.
To try and talk you off the field.
It is. We've said that for years. It's part of a trainer's DNA.
So you're going to see some creativity right now.
So Samardzija is going to pinch run. So Belt is going to pinch hit. The tying run, Buster Posey, is at third. So here's Belt. And a strike, and it's 0-1. So Belt's been sitting around all night watching, and now he gets the biggest at bat of the night here in the 8th inning.
And they're not seeing the A1 number best stuff of Kenley Jansen. I mean, there was not much on that pitch. They wanted to plant it in the hands with cut, and that was just pretty straight on the outside part of the plate.
That's high. Now you get Samardzija's legs going, and he can score from first.
Concern going on right now. Grandal's going to come out and ask the big man if he's all right. Because he wants that fastball in on the hands. And in that situation with an open base and 2 outs, you have a tall hitter up there, and they know they can pound him in. If you miss off the plate. You don't want to miss out over the plate, which he's done twice.
High again, 2-1, no overshift. So this is the first time in a long time where we've seen the defense not overshift on Belt.
Jansen, another pitch where he was not close to where he wanted to throw it, and there wasn't much cut on it. And that's a gift. And what a difference this pitch makes. This is the difference between 2-2 and 3-1. And that's a gift.
Here's the pitch to Belt. And a full count.
And that's an overthrow.
$41,329. Getting behind Brandon Belt. Posey the tying run at third. Samardzija the lead run at first. Jansen needs to come in. Got him, and that'll end the inning. Giants strand a pair. 9th inning coming up. Go this season. You can stream every NBC Sports Bay Area Giants broadcast on your desktop or mobile phone. Giants games streamed on the go on the NBC Sports app. Two to one. Dodgers. We do have multiple changes. The first one is Neil Ramirez.
7th time he's coming to a game. You see the inflated ERA. He had a rough outing in Denver, and it kind of bloated all of his stats. But look at the strikeouts to walks. I mean, 6 to 1. He's got 12 strikeouts and 7 1/3. Stuff has been very good. Fastball low to mid 90s with curveball, slider, and a changeup.
Facing Chris Taylor. Taylor's 0 for 2 with a walk. They have some advertising on. Now they'll turn it off. First pitch breaking ball. Good pitch 0-1. Belt is now in left. Nunez is at short. Gillespie takes over at first, and Buster Posey behind the dish. Big rip, and it's now 0-2. For the Giants in the 9th inning, we'll have Panic, Stubbs, and Gillespie. One out here in the 9th.
Good fastball. And a 1-2-3 see ya from Neil Ramirez.
Here's Bellinger. Bellinger 0 for 2. With Van Slyke to follow. Two 2-0.
Giants trying to figure out Bellinger. He just got called up. Great numbers in the PCL. 5 homers, 15 RBIs, 7 stolen bags, hitting .343. Good credentials to show up. The way he gets in the batter's box and as close as he gets to home plate would tell you, you want to try and pitch him in, but
he may be looking in there.
Don Wotus directed traffic with the Giants infield.
Tapped to Arroyo, and his throw is not going to be in time.
We mentioned Bellinger has 7 stolen bases. He's got good speed. Once they brought Arroyo off the line and made him go to his right, it was going to be a tough play. And for Bellinger, that's his first big league hit. An infield single. Arroyo going to his right, and he just didn't have the momentum going to first base. He had to throw across his body, and he just couldn't get enough on it in time to get the speedy Bellinger. Really no contest. So now Ramirez, the pitcher's going to have to pay close attention to Bellinger because he is steal.
So Van Slyke, the hitter, and he pours in a strike, and it's 0-1.
I would expect Bellinger to try and go.
And just a soft toss.
Giants infield, slight play to pull against Van Slyke, the big right-hander.
Foul back. It's Nothingham 2. So here's Ramirez and the 0-2 pitch, and it will not happen. He will check on Bellinger.
Got to work on tucking that shirt in a little bit better.
Yeah. He does have the look of someone that wants to run. Got him.
Good curveball. Get ahead in the count, allows you to drop a pitch with movement down below the strike zone and hopes that guy will follow and chase. And that's exactly what happens.
Tolles, pinch hitter in the 7th, struck out with the bases loaded. Here he pops one out to left for Belt. So Belt will put it away, and we'll head to the bottom of the 9th. Jansen's coming back out. It'll be Joe Panik to try to get on to lead things off. Ninth. Kenley Jansen got the final out in the 8th inning, but that was after he allowed 2 hits before he struck out Belt. He threw 12 pitches in that 8th inning. So now it'll be Panik and then Stubbs and then Gillespie before you get to the top of the lineup. Panik is 1 for 3. And the pitch is high. 1 ball and no strikes. One for 3. That's the numbers for Panik lifetime against Kenley Jansen. There's a strike. Maybe that Joe Panik was going to take a strike. Stubbs. Out of play, 1-2.
I always see that target for Grandal when Jensen's facing left-handed hitters. If he puts that glove right on the belt in the inside corner. Now, if he puts it on the outside corner, he wants it a backdoor. He doesn't want him to miss anything out over the middle of the plate. But for the most part, that flat cut at a high velocity is tough to dig out if it's placed properly at your belt.
One-two pitch. Here it is to Panic. Got him.
Reach back velocity at 97, and that's a straight fastball. And that's a generous call. They set the target on the outside part of the plate. And that's a pitcher strike. At 97 to hit a location that's just off the plate out of the strike zone, it's really rough.
You know, you don't mind so much if you have that call against you. If you don't have 2 strikes on you.
Yeah, you walk back to the dugout thinking that umpire just took the bat out of your hands.
Well, here's Stubbs. Stubbs takes one, that rolls to the backstop. Off the end of the bat, and it's going to be Taylor who makes the catch. 2 outs. So here's Gillespie.
A wild win tonight at Coors Field.
Lots of scoring. So here's Gillespie, the last hope for the Giants. And there's a called strike at the knees. Gillespie steps out. Swing. You're going to miss.
A rare curveball looked like. That's a pitch you just think, wait a second. Seriously?
Yeah, I'm going to get hurt swinging at that.
That was a good one.
Gillespie hanging in there. Out of play.
Well, he will give you an at bat. I mean, it's been his trademark ever since he's got to the big leagues. He's a grinder. He will normally find a way to put the barrel on the ball.
Slowly hit, and that's the ball game. So behind Kershaw, game 2 goes to the Dodgers. And I'll say this, the Giants had a shot at Kershaw early. The Giants had a shot at Jansen early, and they just could not come up with the hit.
Well, it becomes a frustrating night offensively, but you're right. They had opportunity. We saw a high pitch count in the first 4 innings of the ball game. Giants did not take those advantages, and once Kershaw found his rhythm, it was lights out. And the same could be said about Kenley Jansen. So on to tomorrow.
All right, final score: Dodgers 2, Giants 1. Stay tuned. Eastern's Giants postgame live. That starts right now.